Ask 10 people what a film director does, and you'll probably get 10 different answers. Some people think directors are artistic visionaries. Others think they're glorified babysitters. And if you've ever directed a film yourself, you know the truth is probably somewhere in between. The funny thing is that not all directors direct the same way. Some meticulously plan every frame. Some make it up as they go along. Some inspire actors to greatness, and others inspire them to update their resumes.
You're cool, and you, I'm out.
Today, we're breaking down every type of film director you're likely to encounter, from visionary genius to the person who somehow keeps saying, let's just fix it in post. And a little disclaimer before we get started, I made this video just for fun to entertain you, so don't take it too seriously. Up first, we have the auteur. This is the director film students dream about becoming. The auteur isn't just directing a movie, they're creating a personal artistic statement. You can usually recognize their work instantly. Wes Anderson has symmetrical compositions. Tim Burton has gothic fantasy. Kubrick has cold perfectionism and existential dread. The auteur's fingerprints are all over every frame. The upside? Unique films. The downside? Sometimes they're so focused on expressing themselves, they forget the audience even exists. The visionary. This director can already see the finished movie before anyone else. They're building a world in their mind months or years before the cameras ever roll. When everyone else sees a parking lot, they see a spaceship. When everyone else sees an empty room, they see a masterpiece. People follow visionaries because they know exactly where they're going, even if nobody else can see it just yet. The collaborator. This director understands something important. They don't have all the answers. Instead of dictating every little detail, they create an environment where good ideas can come from anywhere or anyone. Actors contribute, the DP contributes, the production designer contributes. The best idea always wins. These directors tend to create some of the happiest film sets in the industry. The actor's director. These directors care about performances more than anything else. They can spend an hour discussing what a character had for breakfast. But ask them about lenses and they suddenly need the cinematographer. Their gift is helping actors discover authentic moments. When you see a movie packed with incredible performances, chances are an actor's director was involved. One thing I've learned about making films for well over a decade is that directing isn't really about telling people what to do. It's about understanding every part of the filmmaking process. The better you understand lighting, cinematography, sound, editing, working with actors, and visual storytelling, the more confident you'll be when it's your turn to call action. If you're just getting started and you want to learn those skills without spending a fortune on film school, I actually put together a course called No Budget Filmmaking 101. It's designed specifically for people who want to make cinematic films with the gear they already own. We cover everything from planning your shoot and composing better shots to lighting, camera movement, editing, and all the little details that make a film feel professional. If that sounds helpful to you, I'll leave a link in the description below. Now let's take a look at some more types of directors. The technical director. These people know everything: camera systems, color science, lighting, visual effects, lens characteristics, compression formats. They can probably rebuild the camera if it breaks. The technical director is often the smartest person on set, and they know it. The storyteller. These directors only care about one thing: the story. No flashy camera moves, no expensive gear, no trendy color grades, just the story. If a camera move doesn't improve the story, they cut it. If a scene doesn't advance the story, they remove it. These directors remind us why filmmaking exists in the first place. The perfectionist. Take 1, take 5, take 20, take 57. Still not good enough. The perfectionist notices things nobody else sees. A blink, a hesitation, a shadow moving across the wall that shouldn't be there. The results can be incredible, but the process can be exhausting. The micromanager. This director has notes for everything. How actors are supposed to walk, how they sit, how they hold a fork, how they breathe, how they think. If a leaf blows across the frame unexpectedly, they'll probably have notes for the leaf too. Sometimes this creates amazing work. Other times it creates a mutiny on set. The chaotic genius. Nobody understands their process. Not the crew, not the cast, not the producers, possibly not even the director themselves. Every day feels like a disaster, yet somehow everything comes together in the end. Watching them work is terrifying. Watching the finished movie is magical. The will fix it in post director. As an editor, this one gives me nightmares. No shot list, no storyboard, no coverage, no plan. Just point the camera at things and hope the editor can save it later. If you're saying we'll fix it in post every 5 minutes, you're probably creating problems that don't need to exist in the first place. The gearhead. This director knows every camera on the market, every lens, every gimbal, every lighting fixture, every firmware update. The problem? Sometimes they spend more time researching gear than making films. The cure is simple. Turn off YouTube and go film something. The producer director. This director is constantly thinking about money, schedule, time, logistics, insurance, permits, locations. While everyone else is making art, they're trying to prevent disaster. Without them, the movie probably never gets finished. The tyrant. Hollywood has produced plenty of these. The screamer, the bully, the dictator, the person who believes fear equals leadership. The industry used to celebrate this behavior. Thankfully, that's changing, because great films don't require treating people like crap. The mentor. We've all met one. The director who teaches, encourages, builds confidence, shares knowledge. They make everyone around them better. Years later, people often remember these directors more than the movies themselves. The indie warrior. This is probably most of us. No budget, no crew, no resources, no permission, just determination. They direct, shoot, edit, color grade, mix audio, create thumbnails, market the film, and somehow finish projects despite impossible odds. Honestly, this might be the hardest type of director to be. The documentary director. Unlike narrative filmmakers, documentary directors can't always control what happens. Reality doesn't follow scripts. People don't hit their marks. Life rarely cooperates. Their greatest skill isn't control, it's observation. The commercial director. Every shot looks incredible. Every frame is polished. Everything is beautiful. The coffee commercial somehow looks more expensive than your favorite movie. These directors are masters of visual communication. The first-time director. We've all been there, second-guessing every decision, wondering if everyone realizes you have no idea what you're doing. The difference is they've learned to keep moving forward despite all of this, and continue to show confidence. The YouTube director, writer, director, DP, editor, colorist, sound designer, thumbnail designer, marketing department, social media manager, sometimes all before lunch. It's a ridiculous amount of work, but it might also be the greatest filmmaking education ever created. The great director. The best directors aren't just one type. Kubrick was a visionary, a perfectionist, and an auteur. Spielberg is a storyteller, collaborator, and mentor. Scorsese is an actor's director and a storyteller. The best directors take pieces from many approaches and develop their own style. Because directing isn't about fitting into one specific category, it's about learning what kind of filmmaker you are and then becoming the best version of that filmmaker. So which type of director are you? The perfectionist? The collaborator? The indie warrior? Or are you secretly the we'll fix it in post director? Let me know in the comments. And remember, the goal isn't becoming the next Spielberg, Kubrick, or Nolan. The goal is becoming the first you. Thanks for coming along on this filmmaking journey with me. I am Ryan, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.